when was ADHD first established as a quote unquote disease or illness? And what went into shaping the diagnosis? I mean, what was the data set used in order to really establish what ADHD is and how it applies to people?
Yeah, and unfortunately, when it comes to a lot of the diagnoses that enter into what's called the DSM, Diagnostic Statistical Manual, they're not really informed by sound science. Um, to answer your question quickly, the first time we saw ADHD, which was ADD originally, was in 1980. I think that's DSM-3. And the problem with this is that the Diagnostic Statistical Manual's original purpose was just to create some construct, a way of communicating what people see in clinical practice, and to be part of the general healthcare field where we use categorical diagnoses for submission for insurance reimbursement. It was never meant to communicate it like they are other medical illnesses. So, just broadly speaking, a way of communicating what is observed and treated in clinical practice. Now, mostly boys with behavioral problems in school systems were conditions which met that umbrella. If you want to go back decades and even centuries, it has always been, part of society is how to deal with behavioral problems in children. Um, Especially when you think about the modern industrial age and the advent of the public school system. The public school system was designed to train factory workers, right? It was part of our growing industrial country, United States, Canada, Western worlds. You needed people to be able to follow rules, deference to authority, obedience. That's why even the school systems were on a bell system, right? Just like a factory was on a bell system at that time. So anyone who would stand out of that kind of norm of being able to follow rules, be disciplined, focus on boring, novel tasks in order to increase production, fell outside of that bell-shaped curve, and they were ripe there for identification. And using modern inventions medically, how can we improve the ability to get sustained workload and focus from people?